Hi, it's Ed here. I have to look at everything in kind of simple terms for me to understand it. And a lot of people don't understand what addiction is and why people use more and more and more drugs. And the simplest way for me to explain it is, in your brain you have receptors, and I look at it like this. Normally you have this many receptors, and your brain expects that many receptors. And those receptors are what give you the euphoria in everyday life. But when you pour drugs on them, the brain says, hey, that's too much. We don't need all of those receptors. So it shuts them down. And now you need more drugs to get that same euphoria. Pretty soon, those receptors start going away. And then if you stop using drugs, then your brain goes crazy because it's shut down all of those receptors. Your body is going crazy. And until all those receptors start coming back, your brain and your body is just going to scream and want more and more and more drugs. And that's in how I see how drug use happens. And most people don't understand why people just can't stop using drugs and be done with it. And it's just simply not that simple. And the other myth is, most addicts start because they were overprescribed medication from a doctor. And that's not true. We are seeing a significant increase of that now. But, a lot of addicts, and we just concluded a survey, and the majority of those we surveyed said that they started because of depression, anxiety, trauma, abuse, both mental and physical and sexual abuse. So there's a lot of things that can cause addiction. And you go back and you look at a lot of addicts and see what caused them to start using. And in my experience, I've seen a lot of addicts who were sexually abused as a child. And they've pushed it down, and they've tried not to deal with it. They've tried to just put it behind them, but it eats on them, and it's in the back of their brain, and it just continues to eat at them. And then finally, they just need some relief. And one day they may take a pain pill or smoke some marijuana, and they go, oh wow, I feel good. I don't feel that pain, that anger, that struggle, that anxiety, that depression that I was feeling. And so now they want that feeling over and over and over again. And then we go back to that tolerance where you have those receptors, and those receptors die off because the brain doesn't need all of that dopamine pouring onto your brain. And so when we look at addiction, it's very complicated. And, it's not an easy thing to change. It's not an easy thing to fix. You can't cure it overnight, and it takes a long time. So next time you see someone using drugs, think of why they're using drugs. What got them started? Chances are it wasn't that some doctor overprescribed. It may have been simply they were struggling with the pain of life. In society today, there's so many things that can cause us anxiety and create anger and panic and depression. You just look at everything that's going around us today, with the shootings in Vegas and the school shooting here near us, right here in Spokane, Washington. There's a lot of things that can cause us to feel like we need to self-medicate. So let's all work together to solve this problem. Let's not blame the addict. Let's find solutions. Thanks, and have a great day.